Welcome to the Dental Alements Podcast, the podcast for you in the dental profession, where we share innovation, inspiration, and collaboration, and a little instigation from your hosts, Cindy Rogers, me, and April Sluter. So let's get started with this episode. Do you ever wish that you had all of your cassettes, all of your instruments all ready to go, so that way when you were performing a procedure on a patient, you had everything that you need right there and more? So everything should be like nice and organized and ready to grab. This way you not only stay on time, but you don't have to worry about fumbling and searching for specific items because you know they're going to be there in that package. Well, our guest today is Brittany Gray, and she is a product and efficiency consultant with Zirc, and she's going to be sharing with you some ideas and some tricks and tips on how to organize your instruments and cassettes so that you are ready to rock and roll when it's time, and how to stay efficient, organized, and colorful. All right, so today we have with us Brittany Gray, and Brittany is a dental assistant, has a dental assisting background, and she works now with Zirc. So I'll let her introduce herself. You want to give us the brief overview of Brittany?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for having me on. Like you said, yes, I'm a dental assistant. I still hold my CDA and have for, like over 25 years now. I did practice for 23 years in practices, but now I've moved on to Zirc. So I found myself at Zirc instead of dental assisting. I started out in customer service here and working with our customers, which was really, really nice because as a dental professional, it was nice for people to call in and somebody on the other line knew what they were talking about. So they really appreciated that. And then, was there for about 6 months before I moved into the sales and marketing teams. Now my official title is product and efficiency consultant. Again, I hold my CDA and I'm also a DISIPC. So that's a dental industry infection prevention and control specialist or something like that. Is
that kind of like a spy? No,
yes.
You're a dental spy now. That's a pretty fancy title, all those.
That is a big, long one. I always like that. So I've been here 5.5 years back in Minnesota and at Zirc. So loving it, loving working with dental practices and helping them become more efficient, more organized. That's right up my wheelhouse, that organization. You can ask my family on that one. So
I love the organization. I have like little baskets everywhere, and little baskets and bins, and I can never be organized enough. And I never am. I'm still a big mess, but love it. And so are you in the Zirc office right now? Is that the operatory?
I am. So this is our dental center. So there's a lot that happens here. Again, besides myself, we have another dental assistant on staff as well as a hygienist. Between the three of us, we do product testing in here. We also work with our customers on building their customized tubs. So all of our cabinetry and whatnot is filled with products that we've gotten from vendors and companies. And we help build tubs as well as, like I said, doing different videos and these podcasts and things like that. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little home away from home for some of us. We can come in here, get our dental fix, and then, we can leave. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah, I like the cleanliness. So we have the video going too. So if you're listening on the radio only or on your virtual or whatever sound only, we have this video will be on YouTube too. So you can see her beautiful sterilization room, I guess is what you call it in the back. And you say you build tubs. What do you mean by building tubs for customers?
Yeah. Our system here at Zirc is the color method. And so what the color method is organizing your practice by color. So each procedure in the practice then would be assigned a color. And then I work with the teams on organizing instrumentation as well as their materials. So if you choose, let's say, neon yellow for your composite, all of your composite instrumentation as well as materials would be in neon yellow. So you would have a neon yellow cassette with a neon yellow tray, and then your tub that would house all of your materials for that procedure would be as well in neon yellow, obviously. They would keep everything nice and housed together so that things can kind of just transition to whatever operatory they need to go to, so that you're not stocking several operatories with a bunch of materials that may never get used or pushed to the back of the drawer and expire or things like that. So this allows each doctor to have their own tub for each procedure that they do in the practice. And then that just kind of goes wherever they go with the assistant.
I love it. I always say that hygienists make the worst assistants. And so I'm always trying to help out with the assistants. And, if things are labeled, it'll say composite, but there's so many pieces. I don't know where they go. I feel like I'm getting in the way. So, but with the color method, I could take I just put all the yellows together.
Absolutely.
As a child, and put all the colors together, and I can definitely do that. So
yeah. And you know what? It allows everybody in the practice to help out, right? So even if you're a hygienist helping the doctor, or if the upfront's back helping the hygienist, and basically, all of your instrumentation that are in, like, let's say the neon yellow in that neon yellow cassette, all of it's marked with neon yellow, either tape or an ID ring. So if it should get separated, that a neon yellow set is missing it. But for the most part, you're working out of that cassette anyway. So it's getting put back in there, transported on that cover tray so that we have that OSHA compliancy part. Back to sterilization, it goes right into the ultrasonic hole as a cassette into the ultrasonic. It comes out. So there's no handling, sharp instruments. There's no instruments banging together in the ultrasonic, dulling, scraping mirrors, things like that. Then it allows that all to just stay together. So there really shouldn't be that time where things get separated off at all. But then it comes out of there, gets pouched, and then goes into your autoclave, at which time then once that's finished, comes out, it goes right onto your, let's say, neon yellow again, tray into, up into the cabinet trays. Everything stays together. So again, and even if yourself as a hygienist or an upfront staff, if doctor says, you know what, I'm running behind, Cindy, please, can you just help me out? I need Op2 set up for an endo, and you can go endo. Oh, neon green, grab the neon green stuff, right? And at least bring it in the operatory so it's ready to go.
So no more excuses.
No more excuses.
Everybody can help out.
That's right. I don't know. I've heard that before. So everybody, like I said, from front staff to hygienists to doctors and assistants alike to hygienists can all help out in whatever area of the practice.
Yeah. And I don't even think it's like excuses. I think sometimes just not knowing, like I was saying, right. I have a lot of experience, but just not knowing where things go, or being afraid to put things in the wrong spot, because I know how important it is when the doctor needs something doing surgery, you want to have everything there. So
right.
I think most people are coming from a heart space where they want to help out. They just, and this will help them be able to do it easily. Or if you have temporary people come in or somebody filling in, then it would make it nice for that as well. And so with the color method, though, you go in and consult with practices. And so you probably give them, like, I'm just kind of guessing, then you can tell me the way it is. Yeah. So you go in and show them kind of some ideas of how to organize things. And then they could kind of tailor it to their practice. Let's say if a practice had a couple hygienists and I wanted my color to be yellow because it's my favorite color. And then another hygienist could have blue. And so all my instruments could be yellow and hers could be blue too in tubs. And everybody kind of pick what they want. Or if you have a practice where the larger practice and you have a lot of different hygienists, then this is your prophy tray. This is your RP tray.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? It's not a cookie cutter system. Every practice does it differently. And so that's why, like I was talking about building tubs here, when I work with a practice specifically, I have them send me pictures of anything and everything that you could possibly use for composite. And then I will take those photos in and I will put together customized tubs for them. This is what your tub for composite would look like. This is what your tub for endo would look like, things like that. But on your point, as far as instrumentation, yes, absolutely. If you as a hygienist want your own color, you could do that. If the doctor says, nope, we're just having one hygiene color and it's everybody's yellow, you guys, I give you an 8-place cassette. You need to fit what you both use in an 8-place. Then you could do it that way as well. So just have one hygiene color, or you could have each one have their separate. I love, if you have multiple hygienists, I love having separate colors, because I know that each one of you probably sharpens completely different, likes different instruments. And then it also gives you responsibility for your instrumentation, right? So it's not that happens. No more of that blame game of that didn't get sharpened or that set was missing or whatever, you are responsible for your instrumentation, for sharpening, for, if it needs a new tip or whatever needs to be done, sterilization, things like that. I do like having those separate colors for hygienist.
Yeah, me too, because we do have each our own preferences.
Yes.
So it does make it nice.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I
I
have some Zirc products. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So I was able to color coordinate my own things, so I could put my special implant things in one color, and I could put my SRP in one color. Yep. And so then it's easier to just go grab those. And I love how they're in a cassette. So like you said, you can put it right into the sterilizer right there.
Right.
And then bag it or wrap it afterwards. Yep.
Absolutely. And it all just stays together. Right. And then again, you don't have to worry about your instruments being dulled by shaking around in the ultrasonic together. Everything's just nice and set, individual in those cassettes, which is nice.
Even though I do like those little baskets too for the there's always the things that you can't, or the separate mirror, your little extra things too, but it's nice that you have everything together for sure.
Absolutely.
So tell me, you said so you're an assistant, and then you have a hygienist that works with you as well.
Yes, I do.
And then who else did you say you have?
And then we have another assistant as well. So there's two of us, two assistants here, and then a hygienist. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you guys travel around and go to practices around the United States, kind of all over.
Yeah. So we have 3 different consulting services that we offer. And one of our consulting services is that we actually physically go into the practice. The first consulting service being just kind of an organization conversation, just kind of chatting about organization in general. What are their pain points? What are they kind of looking to do? And then I just kind of over the phone quickly kind of just go over a few points that I see that's maybe an issue and that the solutions that they could do to solve those issues. It's a real quick conversation. The number 2 is $149. And what you get for that $149 is a box of all of our products. So it's like 25 plus of our products. So that includes all of our cassettes, our tray with the locking cover for that OSHA compliancy part, that tub and the components that you can use to organize it, and then our burr guards and burr blocks. So that all comes to you in the practice. And then whomever you're working with, myself or another team member, then become your personal consultant. And we work with you then on getting you into the cassettes, getting those colors set for each of those procedures, getting the right cassettes for each of the procedures, helping you build those tubs. So working side by side with you, basically over a Zoom call, telephone, things like that. I can do lunch and learns with the team, talking about the color method and how it all works. And then if they decide, yep, we've got it all, we know what we want, we get that order placed and they're like, okay, now what? That's where that third option comes in. And so for a fee, we will come into the practice, and it's usually 2 of us, again, an assistant and a hygienist. So we got both aspects of the office. We come to them. We spend the entire day with the team then training them on the color method, how it works from start to finish, where they're going with the trays, with the tubs and things like that. We build the tubs, we ID the instrumentation for the cassettes, and then we make sure that their operatories are set up for maximum efficiency, as well as their sterilization and their restocking areas. And there's kind of those 3 consulting services that we offer. So it is nice. I love to be able to go into the dental offices. It kind of fills my heart a little bit, since I am missing the dental feel being in the office itself. So it's nice to kind of get my fill, and then I come back here and work with another team.
Yeah, I love that too. Working from home a lot, working in the practice 1 day a week, and then being able to go into different practices, and then and you're able to help them because you can see different areas, and you can learn as well while you're in another operatory or another practice. You could be like, that is a great idea. I'm going to share that with myself and share that with others.
Yes,
because you're around and you can see different things, and then you can share with everybody, and it's great.
Yes. And that happens often. I will tell you that, because not any office is the same, right? I mean, they're all different. They all use different products. They're all different people. They're all different areas of the country and people they serve. So it is wonderful to just kind of see the variety of things. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. And that, go and do OSHA stuff and working with OSHA coordinators. Sometimes they're, designated OSHA officer right there during the training, but you can really tell the difference too. Some of them have such a good organization style. It's like, oh my gosh, you are the best. This is amazing. And I can learn from you and share. And
Yes.
Just the different styles, like you were saying, and then different areas too. Like here in Oregon, hygienists can do anesthetic and composites, but also in Kentucky, assistants do a lot of the restorations, and but they can't do it. The hygienists can't do anesthetic, so it's just so different too. And so it's great that you have an assistant and a hygienist.
Yes,
the team, so that way when you go in, you can understand who you're training and understand where they're coming from.
Yes,
and the difference. Do you ever find that they it seems like assistants and hygienists kind of battle it out sometimes, especially when it comes to sterilization, like whose responsibility it is and who's not doing what and how you do it? And do you run into that?
There are times, I think we've done a lot of training with the team before we get to that point, so that hopefully those kinks are worked out a little bit before we get there. But there are definitely times where you see that. We do want this to be, and we explain this to them, almost like a team building experience, right? Like I said, this is a whole team thing. This isn't just a hygienist or an assistant. This isn't just a front staff and back staff thing. This is a whole team thing. And know that your boss, the doctor, whomever it may be, has invested in you. They've spent the money to make your days happier and less stressful, so that in return, we hope that the whole team works together. And we kind of preach that a little bit in learning all of this. So for the most part, the majority of them, it works out just great, and once they see the ease of everything, I think the hardest part is getting the assistants to change, when you
because really they're in control.
It's hard, because as a dental assistant myself, I know, like, I was organized. I had boxes I cut up to make little containers, so it's hard for them sometimes to be like, I don't need this. I'm organized. I'm not saying you're not organized. I know you're organized. Absolutely. I've been there, and I think that's the biggest thing, is that, myself and whoever goes with me, as far as a hygienist, we've been there. We've walked in your shoes. We know what it's like. So I'm not coming in to tell you aren't doing it right, because you probably are doing it right and absolutely correct. But there are better ways. And we all know that, right? There are better ways to do a lot of different things. So if I can just give you one more thing to make it easier for your day, because I know I would have loved to have a lunch break or a bathroom break during the day, So if I can give you that, or more time with your patients, or more time doing your ordering or your recall appointments or calls, or, things like that, that's what I want to do. And it is truly in my heart to help you. That's, because I know I've been there. It's in my heart to help you make it easier for you every day to want to come to work, to not go, oh, I left a pile of instruments and now I got to go in, I want you to be happy about coming there.
Yeah. And I think with consulting, when I first started consulting a few years ago, I was doing general office consulting, or, practice management consulting. I think when you hear the word consulting right away, that you get this like closed off, protected, because, you probably had consultants a lot too with you, coming into where you worked and training, and they don't realize how blessed they are to actually have consultants most of the time, because they're learning so much from them. Right. And it's a gift of training. So, but you can be closed off.
Yes.
And I've been that way myself too, but then you start listening, you're like, oh, this is for me. This is information. This is great. This is like free school to learn. But then going in as a consultant, and then I see them closed off, I'm like, whoa, that's like being on the other side. It's like, no, wait a minute. I'm here. I'm on your side. Yeah. There's consultants that are just, all from top down, and bottom line, get rid of everybody, produce. But that's for the most case. No, for the most case, everybody really has you, and I think especially when an assistant or hygienist or somebody or doctor comes in and they've been there before, they know where you're coming from. And so we're really there to help. Right. We're on your side. Like, we're not. Yeah. Or if I go on the OSHA with my little clipboard, they're like, I'm not with OSHA. I'm here. Even OSHA's on your side. OSHA wants you to be, OSHA's for you. We're here for you. We're here to keep you safe. And sterilization is here to keep you safe, yourself, your team members, but also your patients. It's super important, and it's not something to fear. Right.
That's right.
Yeah. And then the team thing too, like you were saying, most practices, the team does get along well. Like, especially if they're having you come in, obviously you're probably not the first time they've had somebody come in that's for the team. And so they have a lot of camaraderie. They have like team building, and it sounds like a great practice that has somebody come in to help, train the team in the first place. So it's a good atmosphere to start in, to walk into.
Absolutely. Right. And you know what? Sometimes it's just about, I was on a call with a practice this morning and we were talking about me coming into the practice. And sometimes it's just about that person, whomever I'm talking to, whether it is most of the time an assistant, but this time it happened to be a hygienist. She doesn't want to be the bad guy. And that's what I tell her too. Then let me be the bad guy. It's okay. I don't have to work there every day with you. And it's okay. You can voice your concerns to me. I will address them with the team. They don't have to know that it's coming from you. Just know that it's coming from me. And most of the time it is things that, they may have talked to me about and I have concerns with it. So I will address it and I'm okay being the bad guy. I have 3 children. I'm okay being the bad guy. So let me be the bad guy.
Your name tag should say bad guy. That's a good one.
That sometimes is, they want to implement these systems, but it's harder coming from a office manager, that office manager, she's changing, or that hygienist, what does she know about the assistant? Sometimes it's just a lot easier for somebody on the outside to come in. And again, having this dental background and, they do take it a little bit easier, even though they might be closed off at first. And you explain, I'm here for you. I've been there. I've done that. I know, I'm trying to make it easier for you. Yeah. It sometimes allows them to open up a little bit more than with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Good. So you guys go in as a team to practices and stuff. That's awesome.
Yep.
Any, whoops. Oh my gosh, my screen. There we go. Not going to touch it. I need an assistant. Yeah, maybe I have been spoiled. Yeah. Okay. So great. I'm going to take a pause here and cut this part out and have a little drink of my water. Did you bring it with you?
Sounds good. I brought my wine.
Oh, you brought your wine?
Yeah. It's 11:30 here. So I can.
Oh, well, I brought kombucha.
Ooh.
Except for I realized it makes my mouth all like dry. Like I didn't think about that talking, but it's 9:00 here now, probably 10 now. And then I have another interview, a more serious interview about money and business transition. So I'm like, I better not have this morning. So that's why I'm having kombucha. So cheers.
There you go. Cheers.
It looks like wine though. I could lie and be cool. It's cider. Ooh,
I better not talk to too many people around here though. They'll be like, Brittany.
You say it was my job. I was doing my job.
That's right. Well, then everybody will want my job after that.
I know. I'm like, how do you get are you guys hiring, by the way?
Exactly. Can I have that job over back there?
You're going to go on a podcast and
that's right.
Yeah. So I have your catalog here.
Oh, wonderful.
And I love all the colors. That's like one thing. I mean, I love sterile. I love like the white, clean, crisp, and then a splash of color. And
there you go. There you go.
I'd smell it. Love catalogs too. What would you say your not top seller, but your biggest item is that people love the most
love the most?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or need the most.
Yeah. I think then you're kind of getting into our isolation and evacuation products as well as our Crystal HD mirrors.
Oh, so, I was just looking at those.
Yes. So the Crystal HD mirrors are probably a fan favorite. For sure. When I go to dental conventions, everybody kind of asks about those. It's kind of like, now I'm old. I'm kind of dating myself when we went from regular television to that HD television. Now we're like in whatever it is, like 4X. I don't even know. But like how it was that transition and how crisp and clean and clear everything was and seemed. So that's kind of the mirror. In a nutshell, it's about 40% brighter than the standard rhodium mirror. So a lot of people, when I have them do a comparison, they'll look at it and they'll be like, it's a I'm like, there's no magnification. It is just a clean, crisp mirror. Like I said, it's about 40% brighter. There's no shadowing with that mirror. So did I send you one of those at all, Cindy?
I don't think so, but I would love to try one.
Okay. Yes, I will for sure make sure.
Bright is good, especially because I'm getting older too. Everything gets duller and duller.
Well, and now and especially like during COVID with everybody wearing all of that stuff and things were fogging up, that's what you needed, right? Just a nice, clean, crisp mirror. So that mirror, I will get you one of those so that you have that and you can take a look at it. So I would say that's definitely a fan favorite. Our Mr. Thirsty product is another one that's a fun product that allows for hands-free suction. that is another one. It comes in 3 sizes. It's
Great.
trimmable.
Be great for sealants, right?
Yeah.
To be continued episode and do another episode and
get into some of those ones. Yeah. But, and definitely our color method products. That's, another one, our cassettes, as well as the trays with the covers, because we are the only ones that have that locking tray with the cover.
I love the trays, even using cassettes, and I love the trays too, because you can set everything out and you have your instruments there, but then also you can put your gauze and you can put your needle safety stuff there, which we can talk about that later too, but you can put everything right there on the tray and have everything ready. I just want to be able to grab and go too. So, right.
Yeah, for sure. It's great. I mean, and we always recommend that when we set up offices too, that the hygienists have like a preset area so that when, again, when you come in and you wipe down your tray and your cover, you let it run its kill time, when you're ready to get it put away, then you can just kind of open your drawer, you pull out one of each thing, set it on there, and then put it away until your cassette comes out.
Let's go time.
Yeah. So it's makes it, like you said, just that grab and go organization, just simple. Bring it in. You basically take the cover off, and as soon as you pop open that sterilization pouch, it's ready to go. You just open your cassette and it's good to go.
Yeah.
Very easy.
Good. I like that, easy. So with that, we have for season 3, we now have a speakeasy room or an after party on our website. And so if you would like to come up with a code word, we'd like to give a Zirc product away in that after hours party. So we won't say what it is, but if you want to tell me what you think the speakeasy code word should be.
The speakeasy code word.
The secret password.
Ooh.
Have you been to a speakeasy before?
You know what? I don't believe I have.
I haven't either. We just tried to go to one in Eugene, but it took too long to get the password. So, but we didn't have time.
I know when I was out, where was I just out? Not long ago. I think it was out in Boston, and somebody was talking about a speakeasy, but we did make it over there. They sound amazing, but I have not ever.
I'd like to do a speakeasy tour.
There you go.
It'd be fun. Yeah.
There you go. And you could broadcast from each one a little.
Exactly.
A little broadcast in the corner. That would be nice for them. It'd get their name out there.
Yeah, we have done that. April and I went to a convention before. We recorded remotely, just kind of on the run. I'm like, that was so much fun. I just want to get a van and go around to speakeasies and interview people for sure. We'll have to have dental people there. I'm sure there's always a dental professional in every speakeasy, right?
There you go. There you go. Our special speakeasy code word it's going to be a tough one. Zirc Easy.
Okay. And that's ZIRCEASY.
Zirc Easy.
Zirc Easy. I like it. You heard it. Zirc Easy.
That's right. 1, speakeasy. 2, Zirc is easy. Color method is easy.
Zirc Easy. I love it. Okay. Zirc Easy is your secret passcode to get into the after hour party on rooteyouwant.com. Well, thank you, Brittany.
Yes.
And we will definitely have you back again to learn more. Do you want to tell us real quick I'm sure you could just type in Zirc online, but if you haven't heard of Zirc,
so you can do the Zirc.com, ZIRC.com, or I'll always get a hold of me. And that's Brittany with 2 T's, ANY at Zirc.com.
Okay. Brittany. Yep. Perfect.
Brittany. Yes.
All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers to you. Thank you.
So I've always been a little anxious myself going to the dentist, and I I sometimes still do, hold on to the handles of the chair, like grab each handle and just squeeze really hard. Give myself something to do with my hands, just squeeze the chair, even for a simple polish. So it can be uncomfortable and scary. And some patients with anxieties and extra fears have even more anxiety. And so there are fidget poppers that you can use. So you can give those to your patients and they can hang on to them, and then they can concentrate on what's in their hand, that little popper, instead of focusing on what you are doing or having to grab that chair and squeeze so tight. It takes their mind off of the treatment. And some patients with a gag reflex, and you're asking them to breathe through their nose, wiggle their toes, anything to take their mind off of what you're doing, it really helps you get a good picture and open contact. And it's a lifesaver and time saver for you and the patient. And so with these fidget poppers, you can hand them to the patient and they can focus on that instead of focusing on the fact that you're putting an x-ray sensor down their throat. And it helps them be happier and more calm. Check out fidget poppers, smilemakers.com. Use code DAP20 for 20% off of your order.